social activities. A study was done in the UK during COVID, which we all know we weren't allowed to socialize, we had to isolate. Social isolation is devastating. It really, really is. And one of the reasons is linked to hearing as well. If you have a hearing loss that's untreated for 7 years, you will get dementia. Untreated hearing loss can cause dementia because that part of the brain that receives those messages deteriorates. And that's what dementia is. It's a deterioration of the brain. So if you have a hearing aid and you're not wearing it, some people are giggling. You need to wear your hearing aid. And I know when I worked in long-term care, they were often lost or just they didn't fit right or they were uncomfortable or they didn't sound good. We've come so far with hearing now and hearing aids and ways to adjust them. So super important. And it's the same with being socially active. If you're not around other people and making those connections and the connections aren't coming in, you're not making the connections in your brain. The neurons aren't making those connections and so they die, and that's what dementia is, right? The brain cells actually die. So we need to be socially active and engaged to avoid dementia. Another one is the healthy food choices. So I'm going to keep it very simple today. If you're interested, I can email Tassine the Brain Healthy Diet that was developed by Baycrest. You know, we have a heart healthy diet, a diabetes diet. We now have a brain healthy diet, which is pretty amazing. So the main thing that they say for you to do is focus on eating a rainbow of colors. So what they're saying is not a plate of white rice, white bread, mashed potatoes. Yeah, you're giggling, but I know that you're eating it because it's delicious. So a rainbow of colors. Make sure that your plate is bright and colorful, but it's also very similar to a Mediterranean diet. So like fish and chicken and lots of vegetables and legumes, right? A half of your plate should be fruits and vegetables for every meal. Fruits and vegetables for every meal. So I'm going to ask you to shout out 10 red fruits or vegetables. Peppers, cherries, beets, apples, strawberries, watermelon, cantaloupe is red? I want red, yes, but I almost gave it to her because it's kind of dark orange sometimes. So melon, watermelon, yep, I think I'm at 7. 3 more. Tomato, good. Raspberries, I got red peppers. 1 more, come on. Radish, good ones. Perfect, good job. So there's a nice picture of what you should be eating. You see the fruits and vegetables there? That's a big portion. We're not used to eating like that, are we? 30 years ago, we didn't know how to keep our brains healthy. We certainly didn't know that we should be eating like that. And how about water? Who drinks water? Oh, beautiful. Again, that same group I was at, 1 person raised their hand that they drink water from morning to night. A lot of us weren't brought up on drinking water all day long. So wonderful. Drinking water is so important to stay hydrated. Did you know that dehydration can mimic dementia? Yeah, it can look just like dementia. You get confused, you have memory loss, disorientation. Yep. Managing your stress. I'm not going to tell you how to manage your stress. You know what's stressing you and what you should do about it. But what I am going to ask you to do is think about and be proactive in thinking about, oh my gosh, I have stress right now. What's my go-to? What do I do to relieve my stress? So actively thinking about what it is that you do to relieve your stress. It's different from everyone. Does anyone want to shout out what they do to relieve their stress? Meditation. Pray. Beautiful. Artwork. Go for a walk. Wonderful. Jigsaws. Oh my gosh, I'd be so stressed out if you made me do a jigsaw puzzle. Someone else? I can't hear. Cleaning. Oh my goodness gracious. For serious? Okay, okay. Whatever it takes, right? Someone said gardening. Oh, I love to go into my garden. If you sent me to a garden for half an hour, I'd come out so stressed. All right, so managing your stress is individual, but I want you to think about what you can do to manage your stress in case you need it. Now we're going to do box breathing. Don't look at the screen. Just look at me. So everyone sit up straight with your feet on the ground. This is an exercise to reduce your stress. It's a present that you can take home with you. We're going to breathe in, we're going to hold it, we're going to breathe out, and we're going to hold it. And I'm going to count you through it 2 times. But if you were doing it at home, you would do it 3 times. Okay, so this is a gift that was given to us by our social work team in order to relieve stress. So we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. And you can just feel your heart rate slow down and things become a little bit more manageable. I use this on the subway all the time. So it's nice because no one knows what you're doing. All right, sleep. Again, very individual. Who in this room believes that they actually have a good night's sleep? Yeah, that's more reflective of what I see in the community as well. Not very many people in the group feel they have a good night's sleep. So sleep deprivation can also mimic dementia, but it's treatable. Dementia is currently not treatable. It can be managed, but it's not treatable. So sometimes people come into the memory clinic where my coworker works in Scarborough. There's a memory clinic, and what we find is that they're completely sleep deprived. So you have memory loss, confusion, you can't find the right words, and once it's treated, sleep deprivation affects your whole body, mind, spirit, everything about you. So it's very, very important to talk to someone you feel comfortable with talking to about your sleep and how you can manage to get a good night's sleep. Very important. Challenging your brain. This is the one I was talking to Pastor Tony about before we came here. What I'm asking you to do is something that you're not already an expert at. So Pastor Tony said, oh, I'm really good with languages. And I said, well, that's great. You want to keep your brain really active. You really do. And learning a new language is wonderful. But I'm asking you to do something you don't know how to do or you're uncomfortable with doing, because it creates those new connections in your brain. The neurons are making new connections and keeping fired. So he said he's going to start doing art because he's terrible at it. I said, that's exactly what I want you to do. Do something you're not good at. I met with a seniors group online, a church group, and they got funding to learn the ukulele. None of them have ever played an instrument before. And another group got funding to learn the keyboard. They all got given a keyboard to learn keyboard over Zoom. So that's pretty awesome. Now I'm going to ask you another way to keep your brain healthy is to break up your routines. So who in the crowd drives? You're still driving. Excellent. So I bet that every time you go to the doctor or the grocery store, you go the same route. Yes, I see head shaking. I'm going to ask you to switch your route. because that will make your brain have to really think, won't it? It will be painful. Another idea is, where do you do your grocery shopping? Same place every week? Mm-hmm. Me too. Go to a different grocery store and go up and down different aisles and try to find things that you don't know where they are. It really stretches your brain, doesn't it? I don't even want to think about doing that. The last time I was at my grocery store that I've gone to for 25 years, they had rearranged everything. You know how angry you are by the time you get home? But it really stretches your brain. Sudoku, brain teasers, Wordle, all of those things. But on top of that, change up your routine and do something you're not great at.